Thank you. Wow, we're doing it. We're live, ladies and gentlemen, right now. We're live. It is Manic Monday, as it normally is, at the LA School of Comedy. Every day is manic, and there's no question. I was thinking about text messages I've sent to Brennan about my hair appointment, thinking it was Brianna, and he's just like, she's crazy.
Yep.
It's true, right? Are we going to get our hair cut today? And you're like, no way.
No way.
Interesting times we're living in. So what I'm asking everyone who's here and who are watching is, if you want to be a part of this, it's always fun to be a part of something. We just don't take any of that hooping, hollering, going up, saying things, because you can't shock us, okay? Trump was president. There is nothing you can do that shocks me. And it would just be nice if we can all work with, when I say work with each other, you want people on your spot, try not to run out, unless you absolutely have to, because you have to make a pee-pee. And the other thing is, when you want to buy a tape, edit a tape, I can't do that for you. I can't. But Monica can, darling. That's right. Give it up for our in-house scholar from Duke University. I'm always bragging about things like that. Here comes someone. CP time. CP time. Hey, how are you? I forgot your name.
Cameron.
Okay. Last name, just curious. If I can remember it. What is it, Cameron? Last name.
P-A-Y-D-A-R. Cameron P.
All right. That's a good one.
Let's go there.
That's a good, yeah. And see, in New York, you'd be Peta. That's how my husband changes everything. I'm Sundar, Aviver, Tover, Moniker. Moniker's been Moniker for a while. And, Monica, you got to change your dealer. I'm just kidding about that. It's a joke. It's like when you're dating an Israeli and 3 weeks later you're like, it wasn't a good idea. But that's just clean humor. A lot of things go on here. We have podcasting, we have craziness going on. But the one thing I love is that we also work with children. And there's a lot of kids who need comedy, all right? You said, where did this come from? It came from last year when a parent came with no money and the father's in jail. So what I'm doing now is getting some things together for kids who are going to visit their parents. And we're doing something to prepare them for that. Because it's traumatic. You guys don't get it, but it's traumatic. Especially if there's like an A up your baby's ass. I'm kidding. But that's sad, but true. It is. And nobody prepares kids for that. Nobody prepares a kid to go to visit a family member. And there's no reason that in America we can't keep the relationship between kids and their parents open just because they're incarcerated. Change the deal.
That's right.
And so that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm working on now, because if we don't help these kids, somebody's going to help these kids. And as we move forward, just know that we're not a place of employment. I always make that very clear. However, if I don't have your information, when they do call for something, I can't find you. And I'll be harassing Brennan. He can't stand that. Let's do that. I have to call him. So we're all in the game here, and we're going to get rock and rolling. I want to bring up somebody to open the show. It's kind of a different vibe, because I don't really know how to bring this person up. But I'll tell you, he's definitely entertaining, very smart. My attorney, Mark Saffron, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him. Come on, a few minutes, Mark. Come on. It's like I'm killing him the way he
This is what's known as husband abuse. So I'm not funny. I'm not a comedian. However, I could tell a story.
Tell us.
So, LA School of Comedy and Sunda got sued.
Oh.
We got sued by a gentleman by the name of Chris Langer. Chris Langer has brought over 2,000 lawsuits, allegedly to enforce the Americans with Disabilities Act. Except this time, didn't quite work. See, Chris Langer is a man. He's a paraplegic in a wheelchair. Give him props. Not an easy life. But during COVID, when his law firm, who brings 5,000 cases a year, which is usually sue, settle, and never go to trial. But this time they started with me. So I was outraged by the entire concept of this man coming in saying he's hard of hearing. And he was denied an accommodation at the LA School of Comedy because he couldn't understand the closed captioning on the videos. So we go through this whole thing, and I do all my research, and he makes a motion for summary judgment, which is he wants the judge to say he's right without going to trial. Only one problem. He went ahead, and his lawyer said that he had suffered from a particular disease, I looked it up and did my research. Then I figured out what you really need to do to prove disability in America. It's not easy. Even if you want to prove you're hard of hearing, you're disabled, but you have to go through some pretty heavy-duty tests. You have to go through an audiogram by a certified audiologist, and you have to have a doctor's report. Well, not only did this guy bring in the audiograms from Costco, went to get a hearing aid, and so he tries to use this to prove that he has a disease. Doesn't work with a healthcare lawyer. Next thing he claims is, I'm going to return, because these are all the elements of the cause of action, right? You have to prove these in order to sue to claim that you were denied your disability. Then he claimed that our website wasn't compliant. Well, I went through the whole WGA, and we came down, and I found the case Langer versus Home Depot. I hope they're not listening, because I haven't got my papers signed on the surrender yet. Anyhow, Langer versus Home Depot, and it said what you have to go through in order to prove that your website's compliant. I copied their papers. That's what lawyers do. We copy everybody's papers. We charge you for it, but we copy it. Anyhow, we then get to the next point, whether Mr. Langer is going to return and buy comedy classes. So I called up the lawyer and I said, listen, Mr. Langer, when he first sued us, I said, listen, I'm sorry that he couldn't buy comedy classes. We'll give him 4 free ones. No, we want $25,000 and remediation. I didn't say F you. I thought it in my head. We then, a couple of years later, and here we are, it's this week, and they call me up on Friday after, I said to the girl, excuse me, I apologize. I said to the attorney, I'm old, I say these things, like Joe Biden. I said to the attorney, I said, hey, you don't have a case. She goes, what do you mean we don't have a case? I said, first of all, you can't get that paper admitted. That's like elementary law school 101 on evidence, because you didn't have a declaration saying it was a business record. The second thing is, even if you did, it doesn't prove he's disabled, and you can't prove that he ever wanted to return and become a stand-up comic. She goes, well, what do you mean? Maybe he wanted to evaluate it for somebody else. Well, I said, well, that's not what the Thurston case says. And secondly, I have this deposition in the matter of Chris Langer versus somebody else. They asked him, out of 350 lawsuits that you brought, how many times did you return? He remembered maybe 6. So that just is enough to create an issue of fact, right? I said, besides, does anybody here, and all you people who love comedy, know how many deaf comics there are in the world? There were 4. 3 of them are deaf. And deaf and hard of hearing are 2 completely different things. All 3 deaf comics use sign language. All right? So somebody has to translate for them. They can speak, because most deaf people do learn how to speak, and they use signing for they sign mostly. One of them manages, but he's only hard of hearing. So I was wondering how we're going to prove, since I said to her, there are only 4 deaf comics in the whole world. Your client wanted to become number 5? And he never called us in 3 years. So why did he do this? And I know I'm boring all of this. This is the problem in our state. These politicians make rules and laws that are completely ridiculous. Now, the mere fact that you have a website and somebody says he's deaf and he can't use your closed captioning doesn't mean he's been injured. But they set up a law that he's entitled to $4,000 anyhow, plus legal fees, which creates a cottage industry for rapacious lawyers who can't do anything else. This is a crazy city. This is a crazy town. This is Los Angeles. And Newsom wants to run for president? He wants to turn the whole place to San Francisco? How did the jewel of the Pacific, and that's not just Hawaii, become such a shithole? Westfield Malls moved out. Hotel moved out. So one of my friends said, it's all intentional. I go, what do you mean, Michelle? She's a lawyer, she represents banks. What do you mean? She goes, oh, they want to empty those hotels so they can move in the homeless. And what are homeless people going to be doing in a big Hilton? Swimming? Using the gym? Where are they going to shoot up? I mean, at the end of the day, we are not talking about a normal state of affairs in this country. So New York City, they want to make it easier for criminals. So they want to have this law that wipes everything out. But if you're a guy that's been arrested 75 times for doing crazy things on the subway, don't you think the judge should know? No, not in New York. Not only that, there are vending machines in New York. You know what they have in those vending machines? Crack pipes, needles, Narcan, alcohol so you can wipe down, and something to clean your needles. How are you going to discourage people from shooting up if we're going to give them the means? We have really effed up things in a big way. And I'm not saying what's going to happen, but we have effed up things in a big way. This is just the same problems we have had for 40, 50 years. Homeless people and black employment. So I was with my friend Susan Hall, Susan's friend. Almost 30 years ago, Susan and I went to a fundraiser in which they were speaking about diabetes and hypertension in the black community. Guess what? They're still speaking about diabetes and hypertension in the black community, which, by the way, is the largest cause of institutionalization, dialysis, and kidney disease, and nothing's been done in the last 30 years. We talk about the war on crime. We're losing it. We talked about the war on drugs. We lost that one too. No offense, but the President of the United States was deep in making the bad laws. He was the author of the drug law that everybody hated, that threw everybody in jail for life. But they forget that part. So here we are, we're sitting in America today, and I look and I'm saying, what's our alternative? What do we really need? And I'm telling you all, we all need Rick Scott. And on that note, thank you very much.
Where can they find you?
You can't. LinkedIn only.
Mark, how do you remember all that stuff?
You know, once in a while, I gotta pay attention because I'm just like, how did he get all that out of the Post? I was reading the same paper and I didn't get all that out of the Post.
Well, because I don't just read Post.
Of course, you read all the newspapers.
Post, Wall Street Journal, New York Times.
Can I tell you
I
about
avoid the Daily News because it's a piece of shit. And nobody reads the LA Times.
why is it a piece
Well,
of
I'll
shit?
read the
Because they featured
Washington
me?
Post on occasion. What?
Because they featured me? They're a piece of shit. That's
No,
why.
it's just, it's a piece of shit.
Okay,
So that's my daily
you
ration
should
of
know
news.
how much fun
Plus-
it is to
plus
watch
Fox
yourself.
News, Fox News.
Of course, to get everybody upset in my family.
Well, I love it.
He's sweating, he's clutching his chest,
Drives my
okay?
kids crazy.
He's having a heart attack. I said, Mark, what is it? And he's like, I just can't stand her or him or whoever it is. But you know something? You're a little loony, but there's more than that when you have the comedy of Mike Moody. So let's bring up Mikey Boy. Come on, Michael.
Yeah, real comments.
You guys good? Yes. Right? Yay. Right? Monday? Whatever? That was so informative. Now I feel like I'm just gonna say some silly shit. You guys enjoying this day that's kind of weird? I don't know what, I'm looking for the summer to really show itself. Have you guys, I don't know what's going on. The summer's not really here. It's just hot sometimes, but it's not the summer. Sometimes it just gets sticky and shit, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess it's past May. Oh, I watched the BET Awards. Yeah, that's where I'm going. I watched that yesterday, and there's a writer's strike. They have the writer's strike, so there's no writers. And then SAG got involved and they're protesting, so nothing really major is being made. BET is the only company doing an award show. Every other one said no, basically. I don't think MTV is going to do one. I don't know if they're going to do a Tony's unless they figure it out. I don't know. But, it was just so bad. Talk about, black people not having their shit together. And I was like, what the fuck? I was so mad. I don't know. We don't know when to stop. It was just... I don't know. I was like, fuck. I'm trying to say, I'm so fucking, I'm very critical of when we do stuff. And I'm like, yo, sometimes we should know when to not do stuff. What the fuck? So they had, no teleprompters. This is what happened. Patti LaBelle got up there and did a tribute to Tina Turner and was actively, as she was singing, saying she couldn't see the teleprompter as she was singing, which I thought was a lot. But I knew exactly what that was. Somebody found out, okay, there's no writers, nobody needs a teleprompter, and somebody got a small-ass teleprompter, cutting budget. That's what assuming happened, right? And then she was up there singing, she's like, I'm trying, y'all, I'm trying. And I was like, this is crazy. She said that shit 5 times. I'm trying, y'all, I'm trying. And that was so weird about it because I was like, I was waiting for somebody else to say that it was bad. But I was like, once she get on stage, we'll know if it's bad because she's probably the most professional person in the room. You know what I mean? And then like all the other rappers weren't even like all the other artists weren't even there. It was like the BC squad of like black entertainers. I'm not trying to be funny. That's what it was because nobody else was there. Like, and if you are an actor, you weren't there. Like for example, like LL Cool J wouldn't be there because he is an actor. But it was just really bad. And I watched it, and they had no teleprompter. It was like a cookout with like no food being made. It was very bad. I don't want to talk shit about it, but it was just so awful. It was awful.
Like what? Give me an example, Mike.
They didn't have so what happened was basically like nobody like there's no teleprompter, so nobody wrote the dialogue when they were going up to like do the awards. Like, you know what I mean? So like Master P went up there and like plugged his business and like talked for like 7 to 6 minutes about why you should buy whatever product he's selling, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, the such and such award," and I was like, "Nigga, what the fuck is going?" It was weird, yo. It was like that. It was weird, like because they had no guidance, so everybody was just up there like awkwardly talking, and they had to be reminded that they were doing like what they were doing. It was so bad. And then there was like nobody in the theater, so they kept on doing like these weird trick wide shots where like doing like they have like. It was at the Microsoft Theater, so it was like 3 stages, and they had the main stage. So they had everybody on like the left stage because everybody on the right, it was nobody there. So they did like the wide shot, and they zoomed out, and it was like fucking a fourth of nobody, just seats. And I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying not to get fucking embarrassed when we do shit, but I definitely was embarrassed yesterday. I was like, God damn, just turn this shit off. Like, I don't know, man. I was like, what the fuck? We don't know when to say no. That's really what it is. Okay, what else is going on? I'm watching like, I went to go see The Blackening. That was fun. That was cool. That's a horror movie, but a horror spoof, all black cast. Dwayne Perkins wrote it. Dwayne Perkins. This is like, yeah.
Dwayne's in it.
No, it's 2 Dwayne Perkins. This is not the older one. This is the younger dude. And it was cool. But I saw the trailer for the Color Purple movie. What the fuck was that? Was it the light? Okay. I don't know. I saw the Color Purple movie trailer because they're making another Color Purple movie.
Are you fucking with the lights on your phone?
Oh, okay. I just didn't know. God damn. And then.
Now we're in a rave.
Yeah, no, I was. That was good. It was cool. God damn. Okay, so then. No, it was okay. So the Color Purple movie. Color Purple has been a musical for a few years. If you didn't know that, Fantasia was on it. A few people. And do we need another Color Purple movie?
No.
I just feel like that's a strong movie to sing through anyway. I've never even watched. I've never watched the musical, but I don't know what happens. There's a lot of heavy shit that happens in that. You know what I mean? Oh, just as a black person, I just don't know. But you know what I've realized though? Like, you know what really helps us through black suffrage and tough times as black people is singing through it. So it made a lot of sense. I thought about like the civil rights movement. Just a bad week for a black person who goes to church. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. There's a lot of heavy shit that happens in that movie. There's a rape scene in Color Purple. Y'all forget? Like, is there a rape song? Is there somebody? The right sing. I'm gonna sing through the rape song. Can you imagine that? Hey, places on set. Let's do a run through of the rape song. Full choreography. I don't know, man. I don't watch that shit. I'm good.
Oh boy.
That's just too much for us. I just feel like it's just a lot. I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. Black relations are interesting. I went to Howard, so I studied black people. That was my minor. That's by default, that's everybody's minor. Watching a lot of podcasts lately, man, and I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what destroys the black family more than a fucking black podcast. Talking about just women on a panel talking about how niggas ain't shit. Dudes on a panel talking about bitches ain't shit. I don't know. I feel like that destroys the black community. Like that, get rid of the
It's like
family.
crack,
It destroys it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what you got to do to get a podcast that's black. Like read the Really Lynch letter. Like that shit is crazy. Like I don't know how. See, I went to Howard. I told y'all that earlier. So I don't know. I just feel like it's bad. You just see a dude like I wonder what's worse: black dudes talking about black women in a podcast, or slave owners in a podcast.
Oh, they'll be bragging. Can you imagine slave owners?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well.
Like I'm paying for the meal. She does whatever I tell her to do. This is still the black podcast. I only imagine what the slaves would say. Something along those lines, but way more worse. I got the light. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Where did we see you, Mike?
Mike Moody on Instagram, Mike Moody 91, and then I'm in the process of putting out a 30-minute special. It's coming out soon. So thank you guys.
There you go, Marvel. There you go. Wow, man, we went through a trip there with you for a minute. So I'm going to stand here so he can play with the light now.
It's so fucking funny.
You know, I'm afraid of him. Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
I saw it and I was so freaked out when I saw him in person.
They said he said he gets punched at and shit when people see him because of that movie.
He ain't got to worry about me. I'll run the other way.
Oh, he gets punched.
But I tell you, I did run into Miss Cecily Tyson before she passed away. And I said, oh my God. I said, can I get a picture with you? She said, oh no, I'm not in hair and makeup. And I was like, yeah. And she had her teeth too. I was so jealous. You start thinking about things like that. You know, all I want for Christmas are my two back teeth, my two side teeth, my two front teeth. All I want for Christmas is a mouth of implants. Yeah, Merry Christmas. You studied black people. You're funny. Do you know who hates me and we're live and I don't care?
Who hates you?
It would figure Cornell West.
Oh shit!
Whoa. Wow. I can understand that.
That's funny.
Because he hates mixed people, that's why.
Oh.
And he's probably half white.
Exactly.
Look how he's saying in front of white people like it's a slur. I'm like, yeah, he probably half white, that's why. Yeah, it's real bad. It's a real bad feeling.
Does he run for president?
He works for Satan. I mean, it's just so denigrating. It's not everyone's fault who's black that they just don't know the history. You know, I went to a school that didn't do that. You know, my school's like, you know, the serfs really enjoyed serfdom. I was like, what happened to slavery? Because I learned about Kizzy and stuff like that on TV. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about serfdom. I was like, Keith Kwan was a serf. But, and then, you know, when you go to Catholic school, they lie from the beginning. I mean, I'm not going to get into the religion thing, but they were talking about how God picked us all out and cooked some of us longer than they cooked others, and that's why we came out this way. And yeah, right, okay. My mother was so black charcoal could make a white mark on her. Tell me how long you cooked, Mom. How long did you cook, Mom? Somebody left her in the car.
That's a hot cold.
What people don't know is that when I'm not here, it's a lot of work to do stuff here. It's a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it's definitely a lot of work to do. And I'm really grateful that during the past few months I've had the pleasure of working with this girl who's just going to leave me and go to New York and see me again. She can run, but she can't hide. So we're going to give it up for the love of Monica with a K.
What's up, guys? How are you doing tonight?
All right.
So, when I was 6 years old, I was put into this room in the back of my school with like 5 kids my age, and we were given these instructions to engage in menial handiwork in a language that we could barely read at the time, and we weren't allowed to leave, we weren't allowed to use the bathroom, we weren't allowed to get a drink of water, we weren't even allowed to speak to each other. And by the end of those 3 hours that we were in there, this older white woman that kept us in there let us out, and we never saw each other again. And that was called gifted testing. Since that day, someone said that I was gifted, and I've spent about 12 years trying to ceaselessly fill unrealistic expectations from some guy who holds a receipt. I grew up in a predominantly white suburb in Illinois, and there's one way to tell you know a white person from Illinois, because they never say they're from Illinois, they say they're from Illinois. I'm from Illinois. Like, you're illiterate. But yeah, you know, it was a nice little school that I went to. We had things like 4 square courts and art clubs and white substitute teachers who would mispronounce your name because of astigmatism and not a stigma towards brown people. Some of the kids in my high school were really stupid, though, and my middle school, even the ones who were in the gifted program. One time we were doing a speech writing exercise, and we had to revise people's speeches in our class. This one guy used the quote in his speech, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." He attributed that quote to John Wilkes Booth. And thought that was who originally said it. For those of you who don't know, John Wilkes Booth is the guy who shot Abraham Lincoln. So at the time, this girl, I told her I was a vegetarian, and she was like, "Does that mean you only eat vegetables?" And I was like, "Thanks, Mark." I was like, "How did you become a 5th grade teacher?" So for high school, I went to a state-funded boarding school in a cornfield in South Central Illinois. It was an interesting place. Basically, think of like if every like nerd reject from every high school in the state of Illinois, every try-hard, pushover, Adderall and bladder wall, caffeine, codeine, morphine, low self-esteem, all in one place. That was it. That's what it was. It was really cool because we were all of these like STEMmy kids, and we were in this place that the school was called the Illinois Math and Science Academy, and we didn't have a lot of things there. We didn't have a football team, we didn't have cheerleading, we didn't have a marching band, we didn't have a theater program, we didn't have lockers, we didn't have windows. We didn't have a lot of things. So it put a lot of responsibility on the students to really build a culture of to build our social culture in the ways that we wanted to. So you would expect at a school like the Illinois Math and Science Academy that your popularity or your relative social status would be dependent on how good at math and science you are. And I want to tell you that that's wrong. Because popularity at my high school was determined by and exclusively by how well you could dance. And I want to put the record straight. I'm a terrible dancer. But yeah, kids in my high school used to break out into dance all the time. And we'd have all these dance competitions and all these dance-offs for I don't even know why. And kids would spend like entire summers trying to teach themselves how to backflip or body roll for like if you could body roll, you were on the honor roll. It was we're just a bunch of nerds twerking in a cornfield. That's all it was for years. But yeah, more back to being from the Midwest. It's a very Midwestern thing. I'm actually going to go to Chicago at the end of the month, which I've been feeling very nostalgic about. And, you know, do we have any people from the Midwest here?
Woo!
Okay. Where are you from, Dee?
Michigan.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's just like a very Midwestern thing when you have, it's a day like this in summer and you have all your friends together and you get in your little car and you're like, hey guys, let's go to Target. And you don't buy anything because you don't need anything. So you just kind of walk around the aisles like a retail museum. Just like commenting on the architecture of a Lego Ninjago palace. It's very Art Deco. car, sit in your car, just like relenting from such a riveting experience. And then someone in the front's like, "Hey guys, let's go to Walmart." My favorite chain store of all time is Costco, though. We have any Costco fans in the audience? Thank you. Yes, give some love for Costco. If you walk out of the LA School of Comedy knowing anything about me, is that I fucking love Costco. When I graduated, or when I finished my freshman year of college and flew back home, my parents took me to Costco before going to my actual house. That's great. When I told I'm going to New York in the fall, like Cinda said, and when I told my mom I was going to do that, she's like, "How can you live with no proximity to a Costco?" So I'll figure it out. But on that, I'll leave you guys, because we got a bunch of beautiful comics here tonight. Thank you so much. Find me on Instagram at Monica Henry. It's Monica_9_. Thank you so much, guys.
Monica is doing big things. Everybody hears that Josh has your pictures. Because I didn't have my cell phone. So thank you, Josh, for taking the pictures.
Yeah, not very good, but
Well, as long as I know, it's just like the doors. I gotta tell you, those construction guys, you know, the ones that are like the pervs, they're like, "Mommy, mommy." I stopped the other day. I was like, "Hi, how are you?" They don't want to talk. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, they were quiet. As I tell them, "Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass. Shake that ass." I couldn't believe it. They didn't do anything after the. Mommy, I miss that. I never thought I would miss that. And you know, you're paranoid. You guys don't know me, but I worked in a jail. You get paranoid doing some things. You know, you look at people, you can tell who has a bad soul, a bad heart. And my daughter's always embarrassed, both of them. They always make fun of me, and they'll say, "Mommy's gonna say he's a killer." So my daughter's licking a lollipop. And this guy's looking at her, he's licking his lips. And I look at her and I go, "Knock it off. Knock it off with the lollipop." She goes, "Why, Mom? Surprise me. What's he gonna do? Rape me?" I said, "Yes, and then he's gonna rape you anally." And that's what made her wake up. That's what you have to do, wake up. Of course, my rape joke happened as a gentleman walked in. "I'm so sorry, I didn't want to say a rape joke that you missed."
Good, Mom.
Although I will tell you what Roz Brown said over at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach. I was like, "Roz," because we had to change our shoes because we had to go to work. I was like, "Come on, Roz." I was like, "It's not safe up in here." I said, "We could get raped in here." She's so girly, no, raping us. And I was like, "Wow, it's gotten that bad." You'll love him at Brennan. Let's do it, Brennan. Come on, get up here.
What? Girl, they ain't gonna rape us. Well, why? What's wrong with me? Only women, man. Okay, I don't know. Maybe some guys. I have no idea. Couple thoughts. Here we go. So, there's a lot of talk about dismantling the patriarchy, right? There's a lot of talk about that. And I'm in education. I'm a teacher. I've been working in schools for about 15 years. And I'm going to say right now, no, not after what I'm going to say next. And I've worked, I believe, this is just my belief. I have no idea. I'm not claiming to be an expert, right? Just from experience, most schools are matriarchal in structure, all right? I've been most female employers, principals, superintendents, a lot of superior teachers, master teachers, things like that. And I worked in one school, mostly female run, right? Mostly women run, owned, operated, founded by women. And it's a lot of talking, okay? It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of negotiating. It's a lot of feelings. It's a lot of feelings. So much so that we used to have feelings meetings.
They were once a month on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8.
Whoa.
Now, if you don't hate your coworkers during regular work hours, now you get to hear their fucking feelings from 6:30 to 8 o'clock at night after a long day of work. All right. Another thing about matriarchal structures is that as a man, you are useless. Okay, that is something. You are useless in those structures. Have you ever been in a position where the women are doing all of the work and no one checks in with you? Has that ever happened to you? No. And there's women, non-binary, and everybody in the room. I'm pretty sure you've been in positions where you've seen a lazy man not doing anything, right? Just sitting there, just taking up space and sucking up all that oxygen, right? He doesn't know what to do. That's not his fault. Everybody has taken all the jobs. Everybody's taken. I have not seen how the infrastructure is all on the backs of women in the education system, right? And my only job is just to get loud with the boys. Cut it out over there. Sit down, man. You heard what I said? Sit down. That's my only job as a man. Is if that's the only thing that I can pick up. Anything else, I am absolutely useless. Right? Copying papers, I'll do it wrong. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can't win. It's a lot for that. I gotta shorten it up. It was the first time I said it. I saved a baby last week. I saved a baby. It was at Juneteenth, except it was a Mexican baby. All right, so not as important. Not as important, I guess. I don't know. I saved a Mexican baby on Juneteenth. There's a father. Father was stumbling. His father was stumbling with the child hidden. It was pretty fucking weird, to be honest with you. Just to bring it down a little bit, just the incident in of itself. It was a drunk father. He looked pretty inebriated. And I go up to him and I'm like, "Hey man, are you doing okay?" He can't look me in my eyes. There's some like yellow shit around his eyes. It's freaking me out. So I ask him if, "Hey, this is the type of person I am. Like, hey, can I get you and your child to safety? It looks like you're not doing okay." He's not like really following me or whatever. I talk to him more. I follow him for a little bit. I'm still fleshing this out. And then I finally get to have him call his wife, right? And I'm talking to his wife on the phone. I'm like, "Hey, your husband isn't doing so good. Can you come and pick up your son and your baby daddy, your husband?" And she goes, "I don't have a car." And then I go, "Am I going to have to am I going to have to do this? Am I going to have to do this?" Right? And as I'm talking to his wife on the phone, he panics for whatever reason, or for whatever he's on, and starts sprinting with the stroller like he's in the Iditarod. Okay? Just fucking... like, who's gonna win the fucking Iditarod? Okay. I catch up to him as he's about to fall into the gutter. He's gonna jump the stroller like he's Vin Diesel in Fast X. And I lunge, just lunge, slow motion, action style. I end up being able to stabilize the stroller as this man tumbles into the gutter, a wet puddle next to the curb. And, at that moment I realized, this is a little bit too much for me. This is a bit much. This is a bit much. I'm able to keep the child upright. Cop comes over. I start explaining the situation, even though I know, and he knows, with this hairstyle, that I don't like him very much, right? I don't like him. He doesn't like me, but he's nice enough just to hear my side of the story, because I want to make sure that this child and father are safe, and the mother can have the time to be able to come get him. He does that thing with people who are on drugs that he can't keep his shit together. All right? And it doesn't end well. All right? It ends with him trying to fucking catapult launch himself off a cop car while he's in handcuffs. I'm sitting there holding the baby. I'm sitting here holding the baby. This is not even my baby. This is his baby. And he's launching himself off a cop car. And had one of the security guards, another police officer, come up to me, and she goes, "You saved that child's life. You saved that child's life." And this is only the second time I've told this story, and I'm embarrassed by it because when I was doing this, it was like, did you do this for altruistic reasons? Was this just out of the goodness of your soul? And midway while I was holding the baby, I was like, I probably get a lot of pussy because of this. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's always the thought.
I gotta trim that down, but I just wanted to tell that story. Lastly, last one. There's the phrase on Instagram, women post these things. I'm not trying to punch down, and I gotta round all this topic stuff to come up. It says, "You are enough." Right? You heard that shit? Clearly, whoever made that meme doesn't live in LA. Okay? Because there's always someone better than you.
Oh, yeah.
More than likely, your ex will find it. All right? All right, thank you guys so much. I'm really excited.
I'm always dressing somebody. I would regret. This is my kids' pants are thrown away. Like what are you looking at?
This pussy.
Danny Bonaducci has a hydrocephalus. How's that?
That's terrible.
Has
See?
what?
That's what I'm looking at. You asked, you heard.
Monica knows.
Brain tumor.
Oh.
It is Danny Bonaducci.
There you go, bringing it to a complete halt, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the last of the surviving sober Partridge family.
Oh my God! Come on in.
I think
He was the
era.
most exciting partridge.
I'm going to share something with you very briefly that you might not know, but they were in Blood Brothers together. Before he died, he was such a professional. He was in a scene where he's dead and a large roach went up his nose
No.
and he didn't move. That's professional. Could you guys do that?
No, never.
Maybe? Damn, you know that Brendan got some Jew in him because Jews can't whisper. And he is so alive right now. It's because if he was a real brother, the only thing I'd be hearing is, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm mad. And that's from the Korean kids. All right. Speaking of Koreans, let's get up here. Mike Kenzie, get up here.
He's Korean.
I'm making him Korean tonight.
Konnichiwa. Alright. That's all I got. No, actually, no. Don't mind my Bakugan. I don't know that one. I know that one. I'm not even gonna tell you guys what that means. It's actually Thai. It's not. Shout out Tony Tran. My Thai friend from high school taught me all the good cuss words. No, not Thai. Vietnamese. It's Vietnamese. God. Asian. Alright. I'm not Korean. What? Whatever. Alright. Cool it. You too. Alright. I did this to my hair recently. People keep asking me if I'm upset about a Quidditch match. I don't even like Harry Potter. Yeah. A couple black dudes have been like, "Hey, yo, Aaron Carter." I'm like, "What? He was resurrected." Even though black dudes fucked with Aaron Carter. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. We're talking about being Manic Monday. The wildness of the city. It's more like every day. I go get coffee on my lunch break, and I almost get hit by 2 cars. You know, FedEx truck. Every time I'm getting catcalled by gay dudes left and right. You know, I feel alive. It's great. Yeah. I'm almost dying all the time. It's great. It's great. The city is manic. But yeah, I like walking. To get coffee and just walking throughout each day. I'm one of the rare, healthy comedians who likes taking care of myself. Yeah. Most comics, the nervous pacing you see, that's about their exercise for the day. Yeah. But yeah, I do. I do like walking. Just, I don't know, because you can do it forever. It's an exercise you can do forever. You see grannies walking. There's some of the best walkers. They're experienced walkers. They're doing the mobility exercises while walking, hitting pillows. Yeah, exactly. You do that. So I'm out there. I kind of copy them. I'm just walking and doing my thing. Probably look crazy, like another one of these drugged out LA people walking around. I was trying to have clean shoes though, so people are like, he's not homeless. He's got clean shoes. Yeah. Oh, he's got headphones in. He's okay. He's not a maniac. He's approachable. Yeah, not yet. Get out of here. I'm keeping it together. I have a job. Hold it down. A 9 to 5. 9 to 6, actually. Yeah.
Feel that last hour.
Yeah. But yeah. Don't know where I'm going. I watched that Hercules movie recently. The Disney one, the cartoon one. And like, there's that song, don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna go, Yeah, I'm working this corporate job, and like, people ask a lot from me, typically more than what I have to offer, so I have to tell them, I say, look, I know what you want me to say, but there's just no chance, no way, I won't say it. You get it. Yeah, that's a good job. That's a good job. Finance and a finance bro. Tell people how to invest their money. Yeah. Oh man, what else? Oh yeah, I've been a umpire for baseball games. Been doing that. If y'all don't know what that is, it's the referee for baseball, the guy who says, safe, out, balls in your mouth. Yeah. But yeah, I did it for most of my adulthood, so yeah, most of my adulthood I've just been putting up with shit from middle schoolers and their parents. If you ever had a 12-year-old talking shit to you, and then their dad says to hit him in the face with a ball, like that's a thing. It's a freaking thing. Yeah, and these kids, they're not even good. They're not even good. The umpire striking back. This is that. Kids or parents with kids who play sports, your kids suck. They're not going anywhere. Less than 0.5% of them are going anywhere professionally, gonna make any money at all. Like, just chill out. Let them have fun, assholes. Yeah. But yeah. I umpired on an Indian reservation one time. Some, like, adult league baseball games. Showed up at 9 a.m. Just a bunch of dudes taking bong rips in the parking lot. Freaking... I grew up around Indian people a bit, but it's not like the movies. They don't say, hey, how are you? They say, hey, fuck you.
Okay.
They say... but... Yeah, game one, I had to umpire 4 games this day on the reservation for dudes between 28 and, I think, oldest guy on the field was about 56. But, so 4 games, 2-hour games each. I was there all day. First pitch, game 1 at 9:30 a.m. I'm like, ball. I'm like, hey, fuck this guy, hang what's gonna happen. I'm just trying to do my best out there, you know. Try and call an honest game. People trying to kill me. It's a stressful job. People don't get it. All I wanted to do was play baseball in the MLB. Couldn't do that, and I was like, well, I gotta make money. All I know how to do is baseball. So yeah, it was a good job. It was a good job at the end of the day. It was like $100 a game for those games, so it was worth taking the shit. It was, yeah, a good Saturday. You know, yeah, but yeah, there's a good job. Where's I going with that? Yeah, there's more, but I don't know. I gotta work out this trauma. You know, I got suspended from my umpire association one time. Dude, he was just like, hey, that call sucked. And I was like, hey, suck my dick. Apparently it's not appropriate for high school baseball leagues. Yeah. As if parents weren't sucking my dick while I was in high school. What? All my friends' dads. Line up. Around the block. But yeah. Mark was talking about crime being up. Being rampant in the cities. Ever since we defunded the police, it's been going even more rape shit. Who'd have thought? Man. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I'm pretty stoked because I love breaking the law. Y'all ever beat up a random pedestrian before? It's a thrill. Let me tell you, I haven't actually done it, but I've seen it on YouTube. It gets my heart rate up just watching, you know? So, like, I don't know. Stupid. Stupid. Yeah. Alright, I think I got, like, 45 seconds to tell some new jokes. I'm up here standing alone. Without a J in my hand. Got some new headshots over the weekend. Feels weird being a grown man, like paying someone to take pictures of you. And, like, I don't know. It feels. I don't know. I'm kind of weird about it. So a bunch of them are like kind of like smirking. It's like, this is bullshit. This is stupid. I hate this. You know. So those are gonna come out, and I'm just gonna look fucking annoyed. Anyways, you can follow me and check out those photos on my Instagram at KenzyJF. That's at KenzyJF. I'm having fun stuff come out soon. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Alright, give it up for Sunda, your host.
Oh, man.
Thank you,
My
Sunda.
Cherokee Indian pal up here. Oh my God, you are just too funny. I mean, and the hair and everything. The Aaron, aren't they from New Jersey? Aaron Carter? No. Well, I'll tell you who is not from New Jersey, but he could be. I'm talking to you because I can't get the plan unless we have the comedy of Josh Kaplan. Let's get going. Where is it? Get him up here.
What's up?
You, baby.
Wow. How you guys doing?
All right.
Really good.
You're Korean and you like baseball. That makes sense. I thought the Japanese liked baseball, but that works. What's up? Oh yeah. Come in.
How we doing?
All right.
Give it up.
Yeah.
Phil,
Get in here and sit.
you're on.
I'm on?
Yeah.
Wow. What's about to go on?
I recently heard that my ex is getting back together with her old boyfriend. I feel good though, because I also heard that this may be mean, but I also heard that her first grade teacher has cancer. So they're not gonna last long.
Oh.
Because they're dying, yeah.
Yeah. Because they're getting back together. That's okay. I could work on that one. Not explaining it. I like going to the movies alone. You know, there's no one there to distract you from the movie. And there's also no one there to be like, hey, put your dick away. We're in public. You gotta explain yourself. Like, yes, it was wrong. Yes, sometimes I come alone. This might be kind of fucked up, but I went to Fat Burger the other day, and There's a black woman behind the counter. And I walked in and I said, I'm picking up for Josh. She said, let me see your confirmation or whatever. And I thought, like, she's working hard. Like, she's out here doing her thing. Why does this remind me of Hidden Figures? Like, I think I'm kind of fucked up. I feel like Kevin Costner right now. Yeah, I know I gotta cut that fucking one. I don't know how to word that.
Don't cut it.
Other than
Put it
being
in the bank.
racist. It's in the bank, guys.
The joke bank.
It's in the bank. Hell yeah. The bank of jokes.
That's right.
It's a fine bank.
Doesn't leave it.
Run by a lot of Jews. That's comedy. A lot of people say they have problems starting conversations. They don't know how to start conversations. I think I have the exact opposite problem. I don't know how to end conversations. Like, I can't tell when people want to stop talking to me. It's like whenever that happens, it gets kind of like awkward and the conversation slows down. I just straight up, I say, look, like if you wanna leave, that's fine. Just know, the drugs are already in your system. There's nothing either of us can do about it at this point. That usually ends the conversation quickly. I used to have trouble talking to people though. Like having a crush when you're young, elementary school, I think is so hard. I never knew how to talk to my crush, you know? Had to sit on the opposite side of the room. Wasn't until much later I found out she also liked me. Yeah. I try not to beat myself up about it too much though, like wondering what might have been. Because like if it wasn't for that experience, if I didn't go through that, I definitely wouldn't be so good with cameras.
Hey.
My friend with diabetes, you're gonna like this one, Phil. My friend with diabetes, his birthday's coming up, and I'm thinking about what to get him. I don't know what to get him. I think I might get him a jump rope. Might be too soon though. I mean, he just lost his foot.
She loves it, man.
You can come in, Mr. Marley. Lenny with the shorts, yeah.
Hey.
I had a fun call today with a pretty well-respected producer. Shh. Sorry. Talked about his career. Talked about my career. You know, it was so encouraging, so motivating, that by the end of the meeting, I almost didn't want to show him my nuts. But a bet's a bet. I've done worse for $10. I think the phrase "you're good" is too forgiving. We use it too much. You're good, you know? Like whenever someone does anything wrong, all I gotta do is say sorry, and then they say you're good. You know? Like if I'm at a party and I see a girl that I think is cute, I will just bump into her on purpose and then say sorry. Because I know she's gonna say, oh, you're good. And then I can go home satisfied. Because I fucking am good.
That could be great.
Yeah. This is the right crap for this. When I was in elementary school, I had a really hot teacher. Really hot blonde lady as my teacher. Nice. Yeah.
Damn, you had Miss Rosenthal?
Fuck yeah. No, I had Miss Laz. And, but anyway. You'll get me back later, it's alright. I had this really hot teacher, right? So every morning, before I would walk into class, we gotta take a deep breath on that one.
Give us 5.
What's your mom's name?
Meg.
Meg, okay. Every day before I'd walk into class, I would untie my shoelaces and I would walk in and I would say, Miss Meg. I would say, can you tie my shoelaces? And then my hot Miss Meg would come over and she would give me a smile, kneel down in front of me to tie my shoes. And it was then, while she was kneeling in front of me, I could practice kicking her in the fucking stomach. Yeah, because she was pregnant, but not for long. Not on my watch. The foot strikes again.
Hoof patrol.
See that dent in your head?
Bro, my autism's from you.
That's why your chest goes in. There's supposed to be muscle there. There's nothing. That's great. Changing topics entirely. They say that having a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, having a partner is a lot like having a job, you know? Which is why I think I relate so well to homeless people. Like, I'd love a job, but I'm not looking for one, you know? Spare change will do just fine for now. There's something I don't like about homeless people, I found out. And it's not that they're homeless necessarily, which I don't love, but it's just that I can tell so easily that they're homeless just from their items, you know? Like shopping cart on the street, definitely homeless. Like 19 blankets, probably homeless. Baby stroller, no baby, probably homeless. You ever not see someone and not realize that they became homeless?
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Makes for one awkward family reunion. Just going in, okay, did everyone get their Secret Santa, their gifts? Remember, only between $10 and $20. Rebecca, did you bring shoes today? What's with the baby stroller? Something I found out about myself. Oh wow, this is my lightest bit. I really like pickles. I love dill pickles. You guys like pickles?
Yeah.
Well,
Can't get enough.
gotta be dill though, right? I can sit there and just put my hand in the jar all day. Yeah. Like if I was opening up a pickle business, like Josh's Pickles, you know, I was CEO of Pickles Enterprises.
I got stock in there.
I can't think of one. I'm in a pickle. Fuck, I gave away where I'm going now. If I was CEO of Pickles, like dill pickles would be our bread and butter.
Different pickle.
The true secret to happiness is different for everyone, right? And you have to respect that. I think that's why, like a couple of times a year, I get a call from a family member in a panic, threatening to commit suicide. They just know I love the thrill. One day, I told my dad, one day, I'm going to take over your company, run the family business, be like you, Dad. That was a big moment for me. That was a life-changing decision. Yeah. He never answered, though. You know how dads are. But, you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Eulogies. Really waited for that for some reason. All right, thank you very much. For the unrapeable Suna. Nowhere yet.
Nowhere yet.
We'll be back with more information.
More information coming back. As you see, you leave a mic.
That was a blessing.
No,
Well, you know what? We're gonna be watching you, man. We're watching. Okay, go so the bell doesn't ring. And then wait. Don't come in when the next comic is on stage because we want to have a great experience. I want to pronounce the name perfectly. I believe that it's incorrect. Is it Pater? Is it Cameron Pater? Cameron Pater. Cameron Pater. I said it right. Come on up for a few
Oh my
seconds.
god, it's them.
Just say hello. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Give it up. Come on.
Say hello.
Yeah, just say hello. Say just a little bit of spiel here.
I was just here to be with Era,
I know.
but I will say hello.
Yeah, hey.
Great stuff tonight, guys.
Right? Isn't it?
Great stuff. Everyone's got their take on the world. I'm a product of a Iranian father and a Norwegian mother.
Oh, shit.
It's like a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. Never should have happened. Can you help me? I don't think anyone can help me. But I'd love to chat more, Sunda, but I'll give it back to you.
Well, thank you. Where could we find you, funny person?
I'm just
Hanging out with us?
hanging out with A.
Okay.
Walking the streets with other walker,
That's right.
But we'll
streetwalkers.
give y'all a little context. We just knocked on the door on Sunday
Right.
No, we had a
and just met these two
No, we
wonderful
had
people.
we had a phone conversation first.
A and
And then
Sunda
I came.
talked, and they resonated. They were vibing.
We were vibing. It was reciprocal. It was great.
It was a beautiful thing. So I'm thrilled that this is close to where I live, and I'm going to be
Coming back here?
coming back,
Good.
and I'll have more to say another time, if that's okay with you.
Fine.
All right. The ever beautiful Sunda.
Okay, forget
Let's give it
that.
up.
Back in the microphone stand and let us know where can we find you on social media.
He didn't have that.
Not yet.
Like Mark on LinkedIn.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
it's the best
LinkedIn.
one. Ah,
You're all great.
all right, my fellow Scandinavians. There's a lot of them coming up. We got another one. Listen, I got one for you. He is a Norwegian African,
Wow.
and there's a lot of Persian Swedes. And I know that because I'm not Persian,
Nah.
but I can return like I'm Persian.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to be returning, and so for 2 seconds we're
does
going to
you.
bring up Era to come up here because you have to come to say hello. Yes, Era, you have to come. This is how we get the people. Hey, how'd you do that? Oh,
I was just walking down the street. Cameron and I moved in around the corner about a year ago, and we walk everywhere. We are street walkers.
Okay.
That's how we get to see this beautiful town of Los Angeles. And I have literally walked by this store 300 days out of the year. Well, I'm gonna say 200 because 165 we go skiing, bitches. So anyway, I'm walking by this door every other freaking day, and plus I know the man who lives next door in that doorway right there. His name is like Tom, Bill, Bob, or something, but he's got a different name every other day. Anyway, I'm like, what is going on? That's a lie. That's a money laundering room there. There's nothing going on in that building. I'm calling this number, I'm calling that number, and then literally it's 200 days. This woman answers the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, no, she didn't answer the phone. I left a message, and I said, I left a very long message, and I said, by the way, if this is the wrong number, please excuse this message. And then I'm sitting at home, my phone rings, and I go, hello, and she goes, this is Sunda, and she said a whole bunch of other shit, y'all. And I'm telling you, I don't know what she was saying. But then we fell in the sink, and then we had a fun conversation, and then Kay came home. I said, you're not going to believe this. The woman from the comedy school called me. We had the most magnificent conversation you could ever think about. She said, listen, I thought it was a wrong number. I never answer my phone. Anyway, she listened to my message, called me back. The very next day, Kay and I are doing our street walking tour of LA, which we do every weekend, and we peek in the door, and all of a sudden she opens the door, and I go, oh my God. We walk into this wonderful world. We meet Sunda, and then we meet Mark, and they tell us all this crazy shit, and we go walking up and down the street, and then I say, I can't come on Monday because I have something to do. I'm going to be on set all night, but I'll come on Wednesday, and then I got home early, and guess what? I'm here, and this is fun, and thank you.
Where can we find you, Missy? On social media?
Street walking.
Hey,
You can find me at Fresh Era Thorpe on Instagram.
It's a great name. Beautiful job. Era Thorpe. That's a real name. To be or not to be, that is the question. But to be is to be. Let's do it with the lovely B. Darling, please. I'm so excited to be here. Everybody's on fire. Yes, baby movers, baby boomers, make some noise. I'm not the only one. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to watch out. I break shit. I just got all that energy. Woo! No, I'm just happy I'm not the only one. And some of these dudes in here are trying to figure out how old is she? I was a little girl when they invented Doritos. I grew up at a different time. And I'm trying to understand the Gen Zers. I work with the couple, and I came back from break, and I said, yeah. I was at the park reading a book, and a bird pooped on my shoe. They're like, what? You were reading a book? And then I saw this mixed race chick on YouTube. And this brother was hitting on her, and then he said, no, it's all right, queen. You cool, Nubian queen. And she's like, wait, I'm white. I'm white. And she was 10. I didn't get it. You know, because my mother is from New Orleans. And if you guys don't know, New Orleans was the mixed race capital of the United States. They're all beige and beige and beige. You know? And she's actually whiter than most Caucasians. For real. But she identifies as black. And she taught me that if you have one drop of black, you black. I'm trying to understand the Gen Zers mixed race. Because the only thing I know that's light that you can drop on something black and turn it white is bleach. So if one of your parents is named Clorox, then we can open the conversation. Because I get it. You know, you're not black, you're not white, and you trying to find a way to identify. I'm encouraging them, hopefully, to take a page from the gay people's playbook. Preferably not the one that has 27,000 letters. They can leave that page. But yeah, come up with something for us. I mean, we've had lots of terms over the years that actually ended up derogatory. But we could bring them back with an upward lilt, something like mulatto. No, they'll find something. I know they will. It's important because the thing is, yeah, it is important. You know, we want them happy just because I don't get it. You know, I'm with them. I realize though that it's about how others see them too, or see us. Others like the police. Because, you know, if the police stop you and see you as black, you going to jail. If you live. If you live. If they see you as white, you getting a pass. You know, at least that's what us black people think. You know, we really do. We think y'all just, hey, officer, see ya, officer. We don't know. But yeah, you know, but if you're tan and a police officer stops you, they see you as black and you going to jail. If you live. But police officers have their own set of rules. They do. There's another color that they'll let pass. If you're orange,
They let the orange people pass. Yeah, so, white people really got to watch, hanging out in the sun too long and jumping in them tanning beds, unless it's the orange tanning bed. Oh, that cracks me up. But it's like I just imagine they got the knobs that go to, light brown, beige, tan, orange. Because lots of people end up orange. It's a thing. Yeah. But personally, since my mom's dad was half and half, she's a quadroon, I'm an octoroon, so I made it my mission in life to add more melanin into my lineage. So I married a charcoal black African. That I did. And on applications, all my children's lives and ethnicity, I wrote African American. And you guys know me, so you know I really did that shit. And still do. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's going to happen to them when they get to Africa. I think people are going to point and go, mulatto. But it's really strange because when I was growing up, my father, when we wouldn't eat food at the dinner table, he'd always say, eat your food. There are people starving in Africa. Well, when I was married and our children didn't eat, I did like my father taught me. I said, eat your food. There are people starving in Africa. And my ex-husband looked at me and said, what are you talking about? We weren't starving. What a wake-up call. But then, for real. And then I found out in Africa, they got racist issues too. My ex-husband told me that the black people think they better than the black people. It's a real thing. They call them dark and shiny dark.
Oh. I've never heard
dark and shiny dark. We all hung up on light skin and dark skin. And then he was so proud to tell me, baby, they say I'm shiny dark. Can you tell? That's the only time I ever lied to that man. For real. I couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't. And I'm a very honest person. I crack faces. I hurt feelings, but I lied to him. But it's really because if you know me, you know I like black people. That's my jammy jam. You guys know I do date men of all races. But let a black man walk by, I'll break my neck. What's your name is? I'm going with you, and I'm big. And you can follow me at BBB Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. And my Instagram account got compromised, so my actual name is Vana Tiero, VANATHIERO. Not that you'll remember and go there, but yeah, BBB Comedy. I love you all.
You know what I always think is funny? When people do things about mixed race stuff. Because I get it wrong all the time. They'll be like, was she brown skin? I'm like, well, and they're like, or was she dark skinned? You're like, well, because I never know. Because when you're mixed, it's different than just being high yellow.
Yeah.
You guys have no
Red
idea.
bone.
Yeah. Red bone, this, that's different. But when you have two parents that don't look anything alike,
Right.
you understand? That's when you have a contradiction in your brain and saying, oh, I don't know what color brown it is. Brown skin, light brown. But I do know that my makeup color is called outdoor beige. I've been wearing that color for a very long time. And are we going to go tonight, Phil? Are you going to...
Me?
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
Come on, Billy boy, let's do it. Shake it up. Remember, this is going to fall down. Shake too much.
All right, how we doing? How's everybody doing? What is this, LA? I just became an uncle recently. Through class. I'm very excited. A little worried. I was looking into its eyes, and I was like, I just see drug addiction. It's like you can smell it on him. You can't tell my sister that, though. You know, you can't be like, hey, yeah, she's really cute. Well, lock up the bed cabinet, you know what I mean? Let's do some old material. It's been a while, guys. I look like Fat Ricky Martin. I don't really care for it. The Mobita Loca. It's just a weird compliment. Is it a compliment?
Yes.
It was a cleaning lady. So I don't know how to take that, you know? It was 8 p.m. I was wasted. Much like right now. I walk in there and, excuse the racism, she goes, $250! I said, wow. I like that. Everyone gets quiet. I wish you want like 5 Asian people to walk in and be like, not funny. This is ridiculous. Hold you outside. Ridiculous. Hold you outside. I had to come in. Fucking ridiculous. You have some fucking nerve. I'm sorry, Kingpin. It's my fucking laundry joke. Get over it. So anyway, she's Asian, I guess. And I walk in there, and she goes, no, like, pause. Just very blatant. You look like fat, white Ricky Martin. Thank you, miss. She's like, I see it. What do I say? Thanks. You know? Anyway, I get fat Ricky Martin, fat Rob Gronkowski. I'm getting the theme. Probably should hit a treadmill. I was on an airplane coming back here from Boston. I've been there. I love that reaction. Those are noises. I was on the plane, and this little kid was being a little kid, you know, and it was doing little kid shit. And the mom goes, she looks at him. She goes, I swear to God, I'll take you off this plane. How? We're in the air. But the kid took it as like gospel. The kid was like, oh shit, I'm getting out of the fucking air. And he shut up. But if he was like 2 years older, I'd be like, how? You know? Like, I'd fucking question it. Again, a little bit out of practice. What's going on with this place? How you doing? We're good? We're good? Give me some things. You're funny, pink shirt. Mayonnaise sandwich? Something like that?
That's mayonnaise.
He loves mayonnaise. Let me tell you, he fucking loves mayonnaise. Best hype man ever. He loves mayonnaise so much. Hellman's, all of them, he loves them. No, but seriously, funny shit. Did a great job.
Right.
Thank you.
You're on the big TV now. What else happened here? You're funny as shit too.
Okay.
Yeah, woo, give it up. Woo!
parachute.
Jeffrey, get your parachute because you're being disobedient. Jeffrey, put the straps on. Strap it up right, Gordon. I brought your parachute because I knew you'd be a little shat. Oh, it sucks. TSA sucks. They say, take all of your electronics out of your bags. I'm like, all of them? Even the bombs? They didn't like that bit. They go, take off your shoes. If you take a look at my shoes, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'll address it. Me and my buddy here, first time doing stand-up. Let's hear it. We went to the beach, as you can see by the sand, and it was a good time. So, I love laughing. I'm going to end it right there, but guess what? You guys are beautiful, every single one of you, especially you, darling. You remember I nearly got shot here? Oh, wait. Special shout out to my man Lenny and my man Kenzie, who, when I was on a bender, met them both, and it was a bit of a show. But I love you guys, all right? Keep it going.
Oh, his first day. Can you imagine? I say to him, no, let me just pull out this gun. And Brennan's like, Sunda, no. Brennan's like, I don't want to get you out of any shit today.
That's how they do, man. You know, that's why I want a brother here. You know what I'm saying? To back me up with this.
I got
I didn't even see you come in here.
What do you mean? I've been here.
Bye, baby. I'll see you soon. We'll be black, but you're all white with me. All right, Andy. Doing the Warhol thing, which is really good.
I got here like 40 minutes ago.
Was that Eminem?
Later, Peanut. What name are you going under tonight?
I guess I'll go by my name, Chiago. Hello.
You guess you are going up. You're getting a guess, and you're going to stand up and switch the full name.
Sure. My name is Chiago. Am I standing up now?
Yes!
I've never prepped anything. I've no jokes.
Okay, let's do this with Chiagi. Come on.
Let's do it. All right.
Let's do it.
So, I'm here because I try to fuck my therapist.
That's why you emptied your pockets.
She said it was like transference, and I was in love with her, and so now I'm here because I'm just trying to run away from my therapist now too.
Yeah.
So I used to live in the South in Virginia. Anybody from Virginia? No, that's fine. Whatever. So there was a guy. I used to work at a cell phone store. There's a guy named Dogman that would come by.
Oh no.
And Dogman was the kind of guy that wore a leather jacket in the middle of the summer and was like covered in sweat and never took it off. I wasn't sure if he was homeless or not, but he didn't smell bad or anything. He was kind of clean. So I had this old van, like a Chevy Gladiator 1992 van that used to be a luxury van, but now it's a piece of shit. And Dogman came over and he's like, "Yo, Chi, man, I want to buy you a van, you know." And he talked like that not because of any, like he told me that he drank a lot of moonshine when he was 12, so he had brain damage. And he's like, "Give $500 for the van, Chi." And I was like, "I want $1,000, Dogman." And he was just like, "You a Jew, Chi," you know. And I was just like, "Man, that's really racist, Dogman, but thank you, I appreciate that." Appreciate the compliment. So I didn't sell him the van, and he threatened me as he was walking out of the store. He was just like, "Mark my words, Chi, I'm gonna live in your van someday. You can't do anything about it." And I was like, "Whatever, man, whatever, you know." So a year later, I was packing up to move to LA, and I had to sell the van. Actually, let me backtrack the story. I skipped a really good part. I asked him what his name was as he was walking out. I was like, "Why do they call you Dogman?" And he said, I swear to God, he said this, "Because I fuck dogs." I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Why would you say such an awful thing? What does that even mean, you know?" And he's like, "I take two dogs and I put them together and make more dogs." So, he was a homeless dog breeder. Yeah, it's very confusing. The whole story's confusing. So a year later, I was selling the van, and I was on Facebook Marketplace, you know, and I went to the van to take photos of it, and as I was unlocking it with my keys, I was like, "Oh, this van's unlocked. What the fuck?" and I opened the back door and there's like a little cot, you know, a little blanket, a knife under the pillow. And I was like, no, I'm gonna take this knife. This is the rent that whoever's been living here hasn't paid me. And then I went to the front and there was like open bottles of alcohol and urine. It was disgusting. It smelled terrible. So all of a sudden I was like, man, this thing isn't worth $1,000 anymore. This thing's worth $300 now. So I sprayed it down, whatever. I went on Facebook Marketplace. I put it up, and within half an hour, this dude, swear to God, this guy named Tuna messages me.
Tuna.
And Tuna was like, I'd love to buy $300 and stuff. And I went to go meet Tuna in person, and as I was standing there giving him the key, I was like, Tuna, do you by any chance know a guy named Dogman? And he's like, that's my best friend from childhood. So Dogman eventually got me. I don't know. How much time do we have up here? I've never done this before. So
10 minutes, brother. Keep going.
That long?
It was the first time.
You have 6 minutes left.
You have 6 minutes left.
Oh, that was 4 minutes. Okay, good. That was good. That story's kind of long, but hey, tell me another story I should tell. I don't know. So many damn stories. Oh, when I was in college, I had this friend who eventually became a heart surgeon, but his name was Franco, and Franco was like a crazy alcoholic. And we used to go drink, like he used to pee on his own car outside, and one time we were in the parking lot, like I was drinking vodka in the back seat, and he hit somebody with his car, another car. We're like, go man, go, you know, and we escaped. It was awful. It's like I'm admitting to a crime on stage now, but I guess statute of limitations, whatever. So one time his girlfriend broke up with him for the first time because he was cheating on her with this British chick named Sally. His girlfriend's name was Kim, and I caught him on top of his car. He like hated this car. I think his mom paid for it or whatever. And he was standing on the hood and he was bashing the windshield with his heel and he destroyed it. So I was like, man, this guy's got some problems. I don't know if he's gonna make it, but obviously, like, remember, he became a doctor and he's successful now. But the funniest thing he ever did that I remember, well, we used to go to sleep on Saturday nights early. We'd leave our door unlocked because there's this thing that Frank would do. He'd show up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. and always knock, like totally wasted, and just saunter over to the window. He'd get on the windowsill and pull his pants down and pee out the window and yell, and then like leave the room and scream and go. So that was like a weekly ritual. And one weekend he didn't show up, and we were worried the next day what happened to him, you know. So the cops were knocking on the door that morning, and I remember from the night before, like some girl had moved in from a different dorm, and she had a bed frame that didn't work, that didn't fit with the beds that we had. So it was in the hallway, and before I went to bed that night, I was like, something's gonna happen with this bed. You know, something. It's made out of wood. It's flammable. So the next morning, the cops are knocking on my door. They're like, is Mr. Franco Barrientos here? I was like, no, I don't know any Franco. So as I walk down the hall, I look out to the window in the quad, and I see this huge bonfire, like the bed's on fire, you know? And the cops left. They never caught him. He never got caught for some reason. So I walk into his room, and he's laying in his bed. He's like, Kim left me, man. Kim left me. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I woke up and my underwear is all shit stained. I was like, what do you mean your underwear was shit stained? Because remember, he had to defecate out the window, you know? And piss and stuff. So I looked over to this windowsill. There was a pile of shit on the windowsill. And apparently what happened was he tried to shit out the window at night, and she caught him trying to shit out the window and broke up with him. And he forgot about the shit and went to sleep. So, yeah. So I think I'm out of time now. Yeah, is that enough time? All right, thank you.
Where are we going to find you and all that?
Oh, I don't know. My name's Chiago, Thiago. Gonna forget that shit, but my name's Chiago Graham on Instagram. I don't really care if you follow me. I'm just fucking around, but yeah, thank you.
Woo! Well, we like people to take it real serious when they're funny like you. Give it up for them. And definitely you're coming back. And before I bring up your headliner, I just want to be sure that you guys...
Wait, there's two.
Well, I have a show. I wanted you to make sure that everybody pays before they leave.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring up your headline. Well, who's the second person? These guys. Oh, well, they're together, naturally. Yeah. I didn't even see you come in.
Let the Marx Brothers.
The Marx Brothers, yes. Lenny rise from the dead. It's Lenny McKenzie.
Why are you bringing up the Marx Brothers? The two of us.
I'm sorry about the shorts, everybody. My laundry machine, I just moved and my laundry machine is all fucked up. My laundry machine is a lot like Ukraine. It is entirely white and is not accepting change. Also, I don't know why the fuck you're laughing so hard when I wooed that she married a charcoal man. Like, I don't. Yeah, I have friends and family that are charcoal colored people. You know what I mean? Like, they don't. There's a lot of, like, especially men that age. I'm hoping it's your age. Is a lot of men, even to this day, but especially of that age, have a lot of people that refuse to marry them just because of the color of their skin. And yeah, that's some bullshit. But I don't have to deal with that, so. Haha. I have a bunch of family in Mozambique, though. Mozambique, of all places. East Africa. Very, very poor country in Africa. I have a lot of family there. And they're black. If that bothers any of you. Not you, V. Obviously not you, but, you know, some others. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, what? They speak Portuguese in Mozambique. And my mom speaks Spanish because she's a Mexican. And I know that's gross, but, like, it brought me more family. I feel bad for black guys named Tom that have nieces and nephews.
Yes! You thought that one up.
That's a great.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I have my uncle is a black guy, and his name is Tom. So that's how I wrote that, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know any black guys named Tom. Probably for that reason. But, I don't know what I was going to talk about. Something about homeless people. I bought my dog a shock collar. And now my neighborhood is overrun with cats. I guess you could say it was a real meow function. Do you know that in communist China, millions of people starve to death? I guess you could say it's a real malfunction. Those jokes are so dumb. Apparently, I was reading that one of the reasons that kids join gangs is because a lot of their parents are, like, so sex addicted that they can't actually, like, spend time raising their children enough to deter them from joining gangs. But enough about Hispanics. Wow, Phil. Jesus, that was messed up.
I got a problem.
It's okay, from Boston. We used to that.
Yeah, we got a
I forgot my joke already. I hit a dog in the face with, like, a full bag of groceries the other day. It's a true story. It's true. The fucking thing startled me, okay? I was walking. I just went to the store. I walked out. I had a bunch of fucking groceries. I'm texting somebody. I'm walking. I'm just gonna tell you word for word what the fuck happened. I'm texting and walking, and the dog put out a scream that was unlike any scream I'd ever heard before. It was like, and it fucking startled me. So I just went, oh shit. It was like that. That's what the dog's skull sounded like. Fucking cunt. Send it back to hell. And the owner didn't sue because they were Mexican and they didn't speak English. But that's a true story, and I don't remember why I told it. A little out of it tonight, everyone. I apologize for that.
Did the groceries survive?
Yeah, they're all right. It was a small dog. It had a weird scream. They say small dogs fucking bark the loudest or whatever the fuck. It was like soft too. It was like one of those real like fluffy dogs. So like it kind of like, you know what I mean, protected the groceries more. I'm very at risk for being homeless. I mean, I know they say we're all 2 paychecks away from homelessness, but I'm like less. You know what I mean?
Pre-homeless.
Yeah, I'm like pre-homeless. I'm homeless adjacent. You know what I mean? I'm like semi-unhoused, even though I have a house. I'm only 20 years old, but like I don't really have any home I can go to if I was homeless. You know what I mean? My mom refuses to take me in. She says she doesn't like homeless people. I was like, please, Mom, I have nowhere else to go. She's like, no, I can't have homeless people living here. My children live here. I was like, God. Yeah. Yeah. Disgraceful. I've been writing some clean jokes in case you can't tell. Like, this is more... I'm probably gonna cut out all the racist stuff I said about Mexicans, but what are you gonna do? Just have to get rid of them all. I don't know what else to do. I have to just get them all out of here, round them up and get rid of them. They just weren't holding their weight. And yeah. What do you think I was talking about? Jesus.
What the fuck? That's fantastic.
She's just like, no, I'm out of here. I can't watch this shit anymore. How much time do I have, Monica?
I think you have 2.
Oh, shit. All right.
Sorry, you have 3.
Yay. Clean jokes. Clean jokes. This is clean, but like, it's a little racist. Toxic masculinity is a problem.
Yep.
I hope we can all agree. Yeah. Okay, but we all have masculinity, and we just have to realize that and utilize it positively. You know what I mean? Racism is a problem. I think we can admit we all have a little bit of racism, especially Phil.
Yep. Checks out.
And I think we need to utilize it positively through racist jokes. Shit. And I feel like I'm the only one doing that sometimes. Fucking A. Clean jokes. Clean jokes is what I have to work on. I like t-shirts. I like t-shirts, like a little bit of information in the front, and then most of the information's in the back. Cause when someone walks past you, it's like a little movie teaser, then the movie. All right, that one's going. I just want to throw it and all its offspring in a cage and just get it out of here as soon as possible. I hate that joke. Useless, good for nothing. The delivery will get that swiftly out of here. I think.
The cage will get it done. For sure.
That's good. I heard it before. It was good.
I know. I hate when parents tell me it's fine to smoke around their kids, but then they freak out when you whip out a crack pipe. No, I never got along with my mom. I never really knew my dad, though. I had a really weird childhood, obviously. My mom's a kindergarten teacher. My dad is in jail. Worst two is for the same reason. They both love kids. Okay, that one's going too.
No, it's good. It's funny.
Au revoir. Maybe I should say adios. Oh, no. You people won't stop with the Mexican. Oh shit! All right, I got one more. Then I'm gonna get off the stage.
My parents never really taught me anything growing up. Like when I was a little kid, I used to think that Muslim women were ninjas. You know what I mean? I didn't know any better, okay? I was like 5 or 6 years old, you know what I mean? I just see a woman in burqa and be like, you know, teach your kids around the world, about the world. It's important. Yes. Thank you all. It's my time. Lenny McKenzie on Instagram. Thank you. Good night.
One more time for Lenny. Yeah! Okay, coming up on the end of our show, positive racism. So theme for tonight. I think that's an oxymoron, like improv practice. For corporate wellness. Ha ha ha. Okay, we have one more comedian that we're gonna bring up. Let's give a big round of applause. Oh wait, also I just want to say, sorry Henry, who's fell. Shout out to our 2 viewers in the chat. Thanks for being such great audience members.
I love you.
Give it up for Henry.
But the camera is best for the boys. I just want to stare at them the entire time. Is it this one?
I mean, they're looking at YouTube.
No. But I want you to only. I don't want you to change the camera at all. I'm only targeting the Fortnite lover and the psychotic mango for this set. So we'll look just right here. All right, we're good. I left my notebook at home. So guys, I want you to drop where you're from and what you guys do for fun. And I'll get to it eventually. I'll have Monica tell me what it is. Until that time, shout out the boys. Bro, those are my guys. They have some great comments. Like, the first time they were in the chat, as soon as Lenny walked up, immediately they were just like, damn, this guy scares the host. Just off the bat. I was like, yeah. He has a joke about being a school shooter. That's pretty fucking accurate. Not bad. That's a good call. Alright, reintroduce myself. My name is Henry Laz. I'm a Jewish comedian from New York. Because we needed more, right? Yeah. We got some Jews in the house. That makes me feel good, you know. We like to see each other because the whole thing that happened. Understandably so. You know, it's like a big thing. So, Fortnite lover. Psychotic mango. Those are my guys, Monica. And they like you. Drop a woo Monica in the chat as well. Whenever they love Monica. They love Monica. And I will not say that name any slower or else it'll be bad. It takes a second. Yeah.
It's a slur.
Yeah. Thank you, Ricky Martin. I'm not talking to you when I say Ricky Martin. I'm talking to Ricky Martin. Look.
Oh.
See? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I put a Ricky Martin CD on the chair. That's some good humor, guys. So, I first went on stage. Fuck yeah. So, guys, talking to the boys, alright? So, I first went on stage when I was 14 years old at the Gotham Comedy Club in New York, but the first time I really told a joke, I was 12 years old in my 7th grade English class. And because it was my English class, I bombed, understandably so. But I still remember what I was getting at, so I've reworked the joke into something that works. So I was confused as to why you'll be feeding a baby like mushed peas and it'll be like, but then you'll feed that baby, you know, an airplane and it'll be like, I love terrorism. Malaysia Flight 370, where'd it go? To my tummy. It's fucking idiot babies. Phil, I would like it if you laughed openly. Don't feel bad about being racist. Come on, we're in a comedy club.
It was more terrorism.
Yeah. I don't know. This is the thing. I mean, I guess that's fair. You know, racism is better than terrorism. Like, to some degree, I feel like racism is, like, objectively a little bit better than terrorism. Most of the time. Sometimes. We'll figure it out.
Except when it goes together.
Yes. Unless you're a racist. Unless you're a racist terrorist who also happens to be white.
You're right.
Oh, yeah, just fucking talking like we have those in America. Why am I acting like those guys don't exist? Like white American terrorists that are racist that fully exist. That was ignorant to me. That was ignorant to me, V. That's on me. So Fortnite lover, psychotic mango.
Yeah.
One of the ways I really like to write jokes is I'll read the New York Times, and I don't read it that often, so I went on their Instagram and I looked at the headlines. So one of the things the New York Times Instagram, one of their stories was, let kids get bored. It's good for them. And this is my opinion, you know? I think it's good if kids are able to handle getting bored. But at the same time, I think if you can entertain your kids, like, that's a good thing, you know? When kids aren't entertained, they'll do bad things. Like, I don't know any kids that are super into Fortnite as well as crack cocaine. You know, I think those two things are kind of mutually exclusive. Ugh, I'll figure that out.
You didn't read the article.
That's not the point. I don't give a shit about the article.
Oh, I know, but that's the funny part.
What'd they say? Where are they from? What do they do for fun?
Couple more paragraphs.
What'd they say?
Oh, when you told the
What? No. What do I do? What do they do for fun? Where are they from?
Oh, there's gonna be like a 30-second lag. So
Yeah, but I asked that like 2 minutes ago. That was the point.
They said they bake bread.
They
bake bread.
They love baking bread.
Oh, where are they from? They say?
I didn't see it.
Not
All right.
one of them's not from LA.
I know that. I read that part. Let's see. They like baking bread. You fucking dick. What do you think I could do with that, you ass? I was cool with you, and then you're like, oh, I'm from nowhere, and I bake bread. How is that helpful to me, guys? Come on.
Yeah.
Not even. They're not even specific about the bread, Josh. They were like, oh, I like gluten-free bread. Maybe we're going somewhere.
They like sourdough. They make sourdough.
That's the most basic fucking bread.
That's actually wrong. Ours is very good.
No,
Shut the Monica! Sourdough is basic.
We got it.
Monica's like, I work in a bakery.
We're starting
We got a
something
bread
that's
bash.
good sourdough.
Bread bash.
One sour, one story.
So, psychotic mango, Fortnite lover. What the fuck you say, Lenny?
Love you.
I had to walk in during Josh's fucking set because Lenny was farting in the hallway. Fuck you, Lenny. Dead serious. And I live with this motherfucker. I have to deal with that. Like,
I have to deal with your car smell. What is?
bro, you don't have a car. Okay? I don't care how bad my car smells. It smells way better than your fucking car. I don't know. I meant to ask. I don't know if anyone knows about cars, but I'm taking it to the dealership tomorrow because it smells really bad. I got it washed and it didn't go away. It's like a genuine problem. I opened one of like the things like inside the car, like where the spare tire is, and it reeked. Like, I think it's a problem beyond just like I didn't leave fish in the car. Okay, I promise you, I cleaned the car. There's no. I checked.
I believe.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Cause like.
An animal probably crawled up there and died. It happened to my girlfriend's Lexus.
Yeah, I saw the Lexus.
For real?
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's a good point. That's fair. Alright.
They also said they play games. I apologize for not mentioning that earlier.
They play games. They got
They play games.
Bread games.
They play tag.
Bread games.
I assumed Fortnite because of the insect.
Bread games got you?
Bread, he said bread games.
No, I heard you. I'm baffled as to why. He said bread games, and V lost it.
I'm imagining them chewing it, spitting it. I don't know.
It's like the white version of Squid Game.
Yeah, white versions of white people's Squid Games.
Stick ball.
I put sourdough in the fridge, by the way.
Funny.
You also have. What do you mean you put sourdough in the fridge?
Right before we left, I bought sourdough bread and I put it in the kitchen.
Oh, shit.
Why are you telling me this during my set? What?
To make you feel better about your smelly car.
Oh.
You got sourdough waiting for you.
I got some challah bread.
Look, I gave Psychotic Mango and Fortnite Lover lines. You guys were not in the script. I gave them a part. You guys were not cast. Can I end on I want to tell them more about myself. Let's see. I don't think they'll know it because they play games. But recently I watched the movie Annie Hall, which I don't know if you guys know it. It's a Woody Allen movie, and it's a great movie, I will say. Like, given you have to get past the fact that Woody Allen's like kind of, you know, pedo.
Yeah.
But it's a good movie. You know, at the beginning, he talks about how he would never want to be a part of any he would never want to be a part of any group that would have someone like him as a member. And he's talking about his relationships, and I really kind of understood that because I related to that. Like, I'll be in bed with a girl, and she'll be like, oh, what are you thinking about? And I'll just be like, you're pretty, you know? Like, I can't think of anything. Because, like, if I had said what was actually on my mind, it'd be really bad. It'd be like, oh, what are you thinking about? And then I'd be like, raw. She's like, what, you want to do it raw? And I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. It's Monday Night Raw. Wrestling's on, you idiot. Come on, John Cena. I love wrestling, guys. So, the last thing I'll tell you about wrestling before I leave is that wrestling's fans will cheer and boo for the craziest things, you know? For example, a father finally beating the fuck out of his son. That's sick. Okay, one of my favorite moments of all time in wrestling is when an 80-year-old woman was powerbombed through a table, and the fans went nuts. Oh my God. They went nuts. However, the one thing that all male wrestling fans will not put up with, no matter who you are, you can be Hulk Hogan, The Rock, no matter, oh no, it's gonna happen. No matter who you are, if you hit someone in the nuts, you will be booed. I'm gonna end on something funny. So, let me end on a real joke. So, I'm gonna end on this. I know I'm going over, but I'm loud. I'm gonna end on a real funny. So, guys, if you ever come to LA and you're not 21 years old, this is the advice I give you. If you ever want to drink and you don't have a fake ID, what you do is you go to a Mexican restaurant, especially in LA. If they ask for your ID, you can just ask for theirs, guys. Come on, it works well. All right, boys.
Whoa.
Keep it going for Monica. Let's take this thing down. Thank you, boys.
It worked.
The best part was there's like a bit of a lag because of the live stream, and then like when you said that sourdough was basic, I can't remember which one, but it was in the chat, basic. I defeated. So you go feed your starter. You go feed that starter. You could say Henry was being a loaf.
He called me a clown.
Yeah, you clown. You unknowledgeable bread. I don't. Anyways, you bread
Classic
clown.
Henry moment. Doesn't know anything about cars.
So just want to say thank you for a lovely Manic Monday. This Monday has been so manic. So I just want to thank you guys so much for coming here. If you haven't paid me, you know who you are, and I will hunt you down. And yeah, if you want a custom tape, talk to me after the show. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.